Welcome everyone to our Sunday crypto show. Let me know how the volumes are. I updated some drivers yesterday actually, and I had to turn up my mic because it was kind of off compared to what it usually is. So now we might be a little bit too loud because deep down in the Windows, I found out that my mic was only at 50% volume. So I did crank it back up, and now I'm probably going to have to adjust to meet your needs. So just let me know how the voice to music is, and I will adjust accordingly. So how's everyone doing? A nice Sunday going on here. Volume's good? All right, good. So everything's all set. I did turn it down, just kind of guessed where I usually have it. So sounds like hopefully we're in a decent spot here. Quick roll call. Mr. H. Crip, Tenacious D, Dave Collins, Ace K, and is that everybody? Oh my gosh, what is going on? Oh, Nicholas Olson, what's going on? Sorry, I missed you. Not too many people this Sunday. Maybe people are out. It is a long weekend, except unless you're in the UK. Like where are you? Tenacious D is in the UK. So there's the flash. He just rolled in like a lightning bolt. Right on. Welcome. But yeah, if you're in the UK, don't have a long weekend like we do here in Canada. I think the US has a long weekend as well, but don't quote me on that. I don't know too much what goes on with holidays and stuff in the US because I am from Canada. But as for USD, we do have the prices here, and we are in the green today, unlike the red yesterday. So, that's always good. Green is good. Sometimes red is better, but it all depends on your perspective of the whole market. William Sullivan, glad you got your channel back. Great news. Yes, finally. But the only thing is, our search and discovery is still not here. I was around like 15, 20,000 views every 48 hours. Now we're only at like 1,200, but again, we just got the channel back, so we gotta start pumping out them videos again. Our other channel is starting to do pretty good, but I do have to slowly transfer all my newer stuff from our other channel over to this one and then delete the videos off the other one. I'll still keep it live for a backup type of channel, but for the most part, I cannot have two channels with the same type of videos and stuff in them because it's just not allowed. So I am going to have to, as I upload onto here with those previous videos, I will have to delete them off the other channel. But that's okay. We do have our original channel back, and we got most of our subscribers back for the most part. So that's a good thing. I got that fast that you didn't realize it. Okay, yeah, you just warped right in faster than my stream could even tell. Nice. So volume's good. Everyone says sounds all right. Sounds good. So today we are looking at rig pictures. There aren't too many, so if you haven't or you're just joining later on when the stream is done, please hit that subscribe button. As well, our Discord link is in the description, so post your rig pictures, talk about whatever you need to know. If you need help building a mining rig, help setting up a mining rig, whatever, there's including myself as well as other people are very knowledgeable that can help you out with your mining problems. So let's just take a look at what we do have here. Go back a little bit, make sure I can see my screen. All right, so here is Mr. Steal Yo Blocks. Actually, that's the second one. First we have mine right here, Little One's Gaming PC Miner, which I just built for a few days ago. So here's all the parts, just kind of wrong screen, cancel that, going into here, boom boom boom. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. It wants to open in the wrong screen. I wanted to go in my little stream screen. So here we have her little case. Here's a H510 NZXT case. We have our SSD drive, a 3060, a Ryzen 7 3700X CPU. So that's 8 core, 16 thread. Part-time when she's not using it, like at bedtime or whatever. I do put this mining Raptorium for her as well. Her 3060 here is also mining Ravencoin to her own wallet. So we got some CL16 Vengeance Pro RAM, which is all she needs for this PC. Nice pink headset, keyboard, zoom in there, mouse pad, and her 750 watt G3 power supply. So this is her little thing here. I do have this. I got to put this case together and take a look at it. That is AAAWave's newest 6 to 10 GPU mining frame. They also sent 9 fans with it. There's a lot of spots for fans, and they're calling it the Dredge 2. So I got to get that thing together and see what this thing looks like, how easy it is to put together. I did do that video on their 10 GPU mining frame, and that thing was very easy. You could slap that thing together in like 10-15 minutes, no problem. So quite interesting to see how easy this one will go together. But yeah, this is her PC here in this board here. box, I guess. This is her motherboard. It was a B550 MSI Gaming Max, I believe. And most of this was all bought on Amazon warehouse deals because I got it extremely cheap. Except for the GPU, I really had to do a lot of digging and around stuff to try and find a 3060 for this thing. But yeah, that is her PC. Boom, jump in here. Now let's get into Mr. Steal Your Blocks. He scored some, looks like on the 30th here of, what was it, last month, August. In August, he got a 3070 Founders Edition, two 3070 gigabyte Rev 1s, non-LHR. And he drove up to Calgary for these. I don't know how he found these. I really wish I would have found these somehow. But he found them, and these are amazing cards. Now, if you're unaware, all the Founders Edition cards, minus the 3070 Ti, 3080 Ti, are non-LHR. The 3070 Ti and 3080 Ti are LHR, and they will be no matter what on every card, so they will not be labeled. But these ones are version 1s, so 3060 Ti, 3070, and a 3080 Founders Edition cards. They're all non-LHR. It's kind of interesting how NVIDIA pushes LHR on all the AIB's cards, but their own cards, they're not LHR in them, at least the ones that have the original version. So these are all good. Here is his other cards that he got. Again, all non-LHR, the 2 gigabytes here. So that's pretty sweet. Nice deal. Not sure what he paid for him, but it probably, well, you never know. There might have been someone decent out there selling cards, but for the most part, it was probably not very cheap. Red Panda just put out one of those together. They're sending a bunch of those out. Yeah, I saw Panda. He got his there. I never saw the video yet, but I'm going to check it out, see what he had to say about it. And I don't know, they just, AAAWave, they contacted me a few weeks ago and asked if I wanted to take a look at their new frame they did. And I was just like, yeah, sure, why not? And then I was like, looks like it needs some fans. I don't really have any, so could you send some fans out as well? And they sent out some fans, so I definitely will be doing that. And there is, I think it's 10 or 20%. I do have links in the description for their 10 GPU mining frame. The same code works. It's like AAA RM20, I believe, is $20 off, so you can get their rig frames that way. And for hard drives and splitter cables or whatever else they have, AAA RM10, I believe, is 10% off for a coupon code across AAAWave site for 10% off all their hard drives and everything else. It is in the description if I kind of messed that up, so you be sure to check that out just in case. But MSI Gaming, here we have Kenny Powers, my trailer rig. MSI Gaming 3090 FTW3, 3090 FTW3, a 3080 Ti times 2, a 30, I'm guessing a 3060 Ti, because there is no 3069 Ti, but interesting if there was. Don't worry, we know it's just a typo. And last but not least, my 3060 XC. 3950X with an Asus TUF 240mm AIO. Nice, so this thing is definitely a CPU miner as well. Because what else would you do with that CPU besides mine with it? So looking here, pretty good. We got this GPU just hanging out on the box because why? Oh no, is that the RAD? That might be a RAD. I see some cables going into it. So yeah, that's the RAD. That's the AIO right there. Never mind. That's not a GPU. I don't know if this is part of the rig, a handle or something. I think that might be part of something else. It's just there to look weird. But yeah, looking nice. All these EVGA cards, these are amazing. 23090s though, that's insane. As we know, 3090s are non-LHR, but they are expensive. But there are rumors that NVIDIA may be starting to implement LHR on the 3090s because they're starting to figure out, oh, miners are buying these as well. So pretty insane. Don't know what's going on there. Oh, Pocket Change, what's happening? Thanks for showing up. 9.18. Yes, that is true. It's been down for a couple months. We lost a few people along the trip to recovery, but we're slowly starting to come back. Search and discovery is still not existent, but who knows, a couple weeks to a month, hopefully the channel will be back rocking and rolling again. But yeah, smash that like button. Dream Ridiculous, thank you for showing up. Yeah, be sure to smash that like button, guys. No, not the 3090. Yes, David Collins, it's true. I don't know. I saw that about a month ago or something, but they have been kind of issuing. They will put LHR on the 3090s, but they're still not sure. But they are saying crypto miners are starting to get their hands on them, so they're debating it. But again, it's so messed up because they're only telling the AIBs to do this. It's so weird how NVIDIA can get away with saying, hey, AIBs, you put LHR on your cards or we're going to sell ours to the miners or something like that. Whatever they have planned, who knows? It's their thing. But yeah, here we have two EVGA power supplies. Different looking plugs, but these are definitely sturdy. Nice thick cables, so you don't have to worry about anything. These look like, what, 14 gauge, I'm possibly assuming right here. So nice. And then what do we got? I got an ASRock Prime B550 Plus. So yeah, and we got the M2 SSD. Or is that? Oh no, that's not an SSD here. That's not an M2. This is a M2 to, I'm assuming, USB here, which is probably going to a riser. So he converted his M2 slot here into another spot for a GPU, and that's a nice cooler. Not too bad. But again, he said, what was it, 39 or 3950X? He didn't say anything about mining with it. 3950X. So you better have that CPU mining. Kenny Powers, are you in the chat right now? You should have that thing mining. I don't know, Raptorium, XMR or something, but get that CPU to some use, you know, pay that thing off. Master Pooh Bear, the extra box to your last card on the left. Awesome. Oh yeah, someone was just commenting on that. Kenny Powers, oh, he's got some more going on. That's to keep my AIO rad elevated. Okay, so it keeps it up. Technically, well, actually, it depends how the pump works, if it's strong, but if you hot air rises, right? So if your rad was lower to the ground, those fans would be sucking in the cooler air to cool it down better. But when it comes to 3950X, 3900X, and you are CPU mining and undervolting, you don't really need an AIO. Like I'm doing these tests right now in Raptorium with 3900X. The stock cooler is 100% fine. Even when I overclocked it up to the 4.1 gigahertz, I only seen a maximum of maybe, I have to go through my papers. I'm saying it's in around the low to mid 70 Celsius with an ambient temp of around 22 to 24 degrees. So running the stock cooler on a 3900X is 100% fine. AMD does note that their CPU can run at 80 to 90 degrees Celsius 24/7 long term without any degrading it. So the stock cooler is 100% fine to mine with your CPU. So you don't have to pay an extra $100. Depending where you are, it's only like what, 60, 70 bucks in the USA. But in Canada here, an NHD15 cooler is like $110 or something. So you can just get the stock cooler and knock that out of your ROI cost because you do not need it. So far, it seems stock cooler 100% fine. I just want to throw that out there because he had that AIO there. Now, where an AIO really does have an advantage is when it is actually gaming, because how it works, gaming, you know, you're hitting the hard voltages, the temperature spikes for a couple seconds and then cools down. And an AIO, how it actually runs is the water temperature in your AIO will eventually hit like equilibrium and maintain that one temperature all the time, and that is what it'll keep your CPU up. So it'll slowly keep warming up until it can no longer cooler. You can add bigger fans, bigger rad, whatever else, try and keep that temperature down. But when it comes to mining, AIO isn't really needed or recommended, and it just costs more. So I just wanted to throw a couple 2 cents out there. Anyway, let's take a look at this rig here, all lined up. Oh, nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I see 12 over there. 12 of these bad boys looking pretty sweet. Let me open this up a bit so we can get a better look. H110 Pro BTC Plus, 3 1200 watt server power supplies, and he has the one 500 watt, which must be running his system here. We got Molex cables all over the place. This one's split in because this does require Molex in order to boot. And there's a nice little power button on the side of the motherboard there. But this is looking sweet in a nice Amazon rack. Oh, this isn't Amazon rack unless it's custom. Oh, he's got it in a frame in a rack. Okay, that makes sense. So he's got it inside a nice frame here. And then that is sitting in one side, one of those little Amazon rack ordeals. So looking good, sweet, good stuff. What's going on in the chat? Let's just hang out and see what is happening. Patrick Ekstrom. Sorry, I butcher names. We all know this. I bought 4 times 3090s and 1 3080 last night. What miner is better, MB or T-Rex? By the way, also got 2 6800s and same setup running with Team Red Miner Hive OS. Nice. Well, when it comes to NVIDIA cards, I highly recommend myself to use T-Rex Miner. MB Miner is a lot of people like MB Miner. It's all up to you. You can try it out for yourself and see if you prefer it or not. I prefer T-Rex for NVIDIA. NB Miner did unlock the hash rate on LHR cards, 70%. But the coins are so close in profitability right now, losing any hash rate at all, in my opinion, is not worth running at a minus 30%. So you're better off buying the card, throwing it on Ravencoin or Ergo or something. I'm going to look into a crypto mining strategy video here soon, kind of explain what I mean by that, because like right now, Ergo and Ravencoin is the prime time to mine it, because January, Ravencoin is set to halve, so the block rewards are going to go from 5,000 down to 2,500. So you're going to be mining half the Raven coin that you will be in January. And the price is expected to go up. So everyone's just saying, oh, the price is going to go up, we're going to do that. So why don't you just mine it right now when you're getting a lot more Raven coin than you will be getting in January? Then when the merge hits and all the hash rate hits, you're going to be getting way less Raven coin, even more. So right now is a good prime time to be mining other coins other than Ethereum based on your GPU, all this LHR stuff going on. So I'm going to be looking into a video, like I said, on that. I just wanted to throw a brief explanation out there. Is if you have an LHR card, I'd recommend just mining Ergo or Raven coin with it and just stay away from Ethereum. That's just my kind of point out there, though. No, not the, okay, we saw that. Damn, that's just some serious cash droppage. That's sweet. I don't know where, Patrick, where are you from anyway, and where did you find those cards? Sometimes I'm contemplating, should I just drop the money on a 3090, but then I'm like, no, because, you know, 2 other cards will be cheaper and end up with overall more hash rate, less power, and it's just pretty insane. But when it comes to non-LHR, 3090 is almost the only guaranteed way to get a non-LHR card, unless, you know, you're in the Best Buy drop line or something, waiting at the store, and hopefully get your hands on a 3060 Ti, 3070, or 3080 Founders Edition card. But again, that's once a month, depending where you are, and who knows what's going on with those. I heard September this month is supposed to be even less stocked than the past couple months when it comes to those drops. I don't know if that's true or not. It's just some more speculations out there. September is supposed to be a bad month for stock, like 30% stock as previous months. So I don't know if that's true or not either. So just keep your eye out, do your research, search all the used markets and whatnot to look for cards. And that's all I have to say about that. Dream Ridiculous, my 3900X are all on stock cooler. Nice, yeah. I only have 2. By the time I'm done, by the end of this week, I should have 6 dedicated 3900X rigs and one 5950X in my workstation. So that'd be 7 CPU mining rigs I should have rolling for around, on Raptorium, that should be sitting me around $10 to $13 a day USD. Now that's pretty good when it comes to CPU mining. You think about it, price to price comparison, that's like buying 6 3070s. Now come the transition over to ETH proof of stake, CPUs could become more profitable than GPUs. So I've been saying that for the past couple of weeks a little bit. Again, it's highly speculative. A lot of people don't really believe me on that, but based on numbers and stuff I'm looking at, I think it's a very high possibility that the whole swapping from crypto mining could go from GPUs over to CPUs and possibly ASICs. Like, the big swings are going to happen here sometime next year. It all depends when Ethereum does transition over to the proof of stake aspect. Do we have anything else going on in the chat here? My i7 3070 CPUs are profitable. Nice. What are they getting? What's your hash rate, and what are you mining with those? I don't really have any Intel CPUs for mining, so I can't really test them because I just did a bunch of research when I was getting into the CPU mining part, and I just found that Intels weren't that profitable. But maybe with Raptorium and stuff, they very well may be. Do I farm Chia? Yes, I do have some. I'll go through that in a little bit here. Just remind me once because we don't have very many rig picks here, so when we blast through these, we're gonna have to talk about other stuff. So I'll go through my Chia profits. I only have 14 terabytes currently plotting Chia. They're all plotted. I mean, they're currently farming Chia, so we can go through what I'm kind of getting. I think it's like 60 cents per day right now, so not very much or not worth it. But Chia is also down to like what, $200 or $300 Canadian when it first dropped at 2,000. So if we see a huge price jump, then you know maybe it's worth something. But didn't Chia take a huge dive? Oh yeah, it's massive. It opened at like 2,000 Canadian dollars, 3,000 or something, and now it's like at $200 or $300. So yeah, it's a massive dive. It dropped down to nothing. So some of the main guys from China or whoever, because remember they were mining this way before we even knew about it in North America. Like they were way on top of this way before us, and they probably took massive profits, paid off all the gear. Now they're just slowly doing their thing. Let's see. Didn't you use a NH15 coolers on your CPU rigs? Yes, Tenacious D. I have 2 rigs with 2 NHD15 coolers because when I first did it and doing overclocks, I wasn't sure exactly what I needed, so I just went with those right off the bat. Upon further testing for other rigs, I have found out now XMR you may need the NHD15 cooler, but for CPU coins like Haven, Raptorium and stuff, it does seem like the stock cooler is just perfectly fine. But yeah, XMR, Monero, they are more core dependent, they're heavier CPU usage, and they do require the bulkier cooler to keep your CPU actually cool. but they are also, it's also a less efficient coin. It uses a lot more power to run XMR as well. Let's just boost through a couple more pictures here and we'll get back to the chat in a minute. So this looks pretty sweet here. This looks really nice, actually, beyond sweet. So we got the monitor up here. We got some nice colored rigs looking nice. This is sweet. White fans. Oh, this white looks amazing. I can't really see what any of these are, but we got 2 nice racks here, almost full. And that's just what we like to see. We got, looks like the little D-Link deal down here. That has some nice color lights on it too. Nice, good stuff. Pretty sweet. Whoa, what's going on? There we go. All better. It looks like some of you guys are posting pictures as we go, so that's pretty sweet. Right after this, I want to jump to a different screen to show you someone that did not post their pictures in here, unless they are now. Let me just check. Maybe they posted it. No, they didn't. Okay. Don't worry. Suffolk. I put your names. We know this. We'll get to your pictures in a minute. I just want to check this out. Then I want to show you this other rig. That's pretty cool. Here we all what are these R7s or something. So here we got some nice MSIs, and then we got the 1200 watt power supply. Nice EVGA. Oh, these are nice. Look at these bad boys. 2 8-pins, 2 8-pins. These are, can't see what those are. Oh, those are 2 8-pins as well. What are all these? What are all these cards? I can't tell what they are, but they're nice. Does it say? Oh, he doesn't say, does he? No. You should have told it. Oh, it's up here. Oh, 4 7s on that rig right now. Okay, so it has 4 of them now. So this one he had 3. I can't tell what these other ones are. There's like 5700s or something. Pretty sweet though. That's a nice rig. Now I just want to fast track to a picture here. Where's my hardware? Now this guy here, look at this. Snow Mantis. This is a nice GPU, CPU dual mining rig. So look at this. Boom. So what we're looking at here, this is a nice stand and everything. I wish I had something like this, but this is 2 separate rads here. Obviously you can see the split down the middle, and this is actually 2 systems. So this motherboard is mounted sideways this way, and he has another one on the other side. So these are 2 CPUs, 2 rads, 2 power, or is he only running 1 power supply? I think it's 2, but I'm not, yeah, there's 2 because there's the plug down there. But yeah, that's looking pretty sweet. Look at this thing. Let's take a look at some fast forward into some other pictures here. Here's the front view of this thing. And the other motherboard you can see. So this is the other side. It's like a mirror image here. This thing is nice. So pretty much this is 2 CPU mining rigs here. AIO cooled, obviously, with 2. Looks like a Zotac Gaming. I don't know if it's a 3060 Ti. I'm assuming. I'm thinking that's a 3060 Ti. At least a 3060 anyways. Single 8-pin. But yeah, here we are. GPU mining, CPU mining, both sides. I really like the looks of this thing. I just love it. I'm just like, oh yes, more. Oh, there we go. Kind of background side. So yeah, I wonder where he got this. Where did he get this kind of open, what are these called, test bench ordeals here? That's pretty nice. Zip tied together. Oh, this is sweet. I love this. I love that. That's a nice looking rig, and you can just pick it up and carry it wherever you want to go too. Like if you're on the move, go. Hook this up to an inverter in your car or something. Bluetooth your cell phone data to it. You can just drive down the street and mine as well. Good stuff. All right, let's get back into these rig pictures now. Moving on. We're getting quite a few pictures. That's good. Nice to see you guys starting to post right away. It seems like we get most of our pictures the day of our stream. People start posting like, oh yeah, we can see mine today. All right. Do we got some more questions going on? I'm about the same farm size as you. That's why I didn't get into the Chia Rush. Yeah, the Chia Rush grew very fast. I like to tell people one way to look at it is look at all the GPUs when it comes to Chia, and the way it's done is that all the hard drives are going to the one network. So pretend Ethereum was the only coin you could possibly mine. That means every GPU on Ethereum Classic, Raven coin, whatever, is all pointed at Ethereum. So that difficulty is going to shoot up fast. And as soon as someone buys another GPU, that's going on Ethereum. So it's pretty insane how fast that hash rate actually goes up, especially how cheap hard drives were at the time. Obviously, this caused hard drive price to shoot up almost over double depending where you live and what hard drive you're actually looking at. But yeah, so that difficulty just shot up rapidly fast, and it just reduced your profitability insanely amount. My i7 CPUs do okay, blah blah. Where that's why I didn't get into it. Looking at starting to CPU mine Raptorium after seeing your videos on it. What exchange would you recommend to convert LTC or BTC, which do not involve KYC, as there are not many that have it? Tenacious D, I'm not really sure. I never really looked into that aspect of swapping things over to other coins so you can actually sell or pull out of a certain coin if need be. You're gonna have to do your own research. I should look into that sometime because I'm just pretty much hodling when it comes to Raptorium stuff because it is fairly new. Once more and more exchanges do start adapting it and it gets listed on the bigger guys, and you know they're going to be adding dApps and whatnot to it, the price will start going up. So I'm basically hodling everything right now because it's really cheap. You're mining quite a bit of it right now. Once the difficulty goes up, those rewards will drop. So I'm going to hodl till bigger exchanges start adapting it, and when they start having the smart contracts added on the Raptorium, which is set for like within a couple months to a year, they're working on it. It's going to be a great coin hopefully for the future, and then you know profitability could just skyrocket if it does take off and do really well. So right now when it comes to all that, it's not listed on very many exchanges like CoinGecko and a few of the other smaller ones. I think there's 5 or 6 exchanges, but I do not know exactly how to swap it out. You just have to find out which coin you want to swap it to, find an exchange that kind of has the two mixed together, and then do it that way, and then transfer it to an exchange where you can actually cash out on. So that's the only way to currently do it right now. Myself, again, I'm just waiting for it to get on a big exchange, prices shoot up, and then I'll decide what to do from there. Old Dell Olympics. I have 5800X for a streamer that gets used a couple days a week max. Nice. The high point of the radiator is the pump. Yeah, see, that's what I was wondering about the pump with the high point. Because obviously it's going to pump, if it's higher, it'll pump downhill a lot faster. But at the same time, it has to suck that from the GPU back up. So the pump is kind of always sucking and blowing at the same time. If I got that right. Okay, 23770 non-K CPUs made about 200 Raptorium in 24 hours. 3770 non-K CPUs, 200 Raptorium in 27 hours. Thrift store hacker. Now how much? So 224 hours. Okay. I'm trying to think what my little one is making. Probably in 12 hours, it's making about 800 or 900 Raptorium, her 3700X. So overnight, actually I'm going to have a quick look to see what exactly she's been pulling on. So it's been mining for like 2 nights. So let's just see what her Raptorium looks like. It's this one. That's my test one right there. Let me see what's going on here. RL6. Oh, that's my test bench right there. Never mind. This one's hers, I believe. Just open this up. Can you guys see this all right? All right, so hers, she's sitting at 1,668 Raptorium in the last 2 nights. So I guess 800 Raptorium within 10-12 hours per night. So that's not too bad. That's a 3700X, remember? So that's doing not too shabby at all. She's coming along. I think she's at about $12 or $14 of her own crypto currently between Raptorium and Ravencoin. So a 7-year-old with some $15 worth of crypto in her wallets. All right, let's take a look at SoFolk. We'll see what we got going on here, SoFolk. Now, if I butcher your name, I'm sorry. Oh, this is nice. Nice. We got nice purple dye in here. Here's our reservoir. That looks like a mole. No, that's a 6-pin cable. PCI Express. Nice. You know, I'd like to do a custom job sometime, but I don't know. At the same time, I don't want to wreck anything because I mess up. That would be very bad. Here we got 3 GPUs. The Zotac Gaming is a 3060 Ti, 3060, one of the two, same thing. And it's a little guy right here with a single fan. These things are so small. Look at that. The riser goes farther than it does. That's insane. I guess it's pretty close to these ones. But yeah, these are nice cards. GPU's a GPU. It minds you some crypto. What do we got going on here? Same way, sideways view, Zotac Gaming. Not sure which one it is though. I'm pretty sure a 3060 Ti. Oh wait, it has 2 separate size fans. This might be a 3060. It has like a bigger fan and a smaller fan. This is a little different than a Ti. This is something else going on there. Does he have writing? Is there writing going on? What is it? I can't see. Here we got the Kingston hard drives. I've been looking for more hard drives for my rig so I can flash Hive on, and they're like out of stock. And if they are in stock, they're third-party sellers that are like $60 for one of these when they're supposed to be like $29 Canadian. So yeah, hard drives are getting harder to find right now. That's insane. We got the ZSX breakout board right here. Yeah, this is the ZSX, not the amp, because it has separate banks for its power management control on the fans. You can see here, and it does have your voltage meter. Ah, sweet, 1200 watts. Nice, good stuff. So it's 3 again. GPU risers, obviously. Remember, if you need risers, if you need an SSD, or you need some splitters, GPU risers does have that now in .com and .uk. And code Rabid Mining will grant you 10% off all of those on the GPU risers site. So be sure to check that out if you do need some of that type of equipment. But yeah, looking good. Boom. Back. Is this a double picture? Did I already look at that one? I don't know what's going on here. There's a sideways view. Little thing. There's a little Molex. Keep on. I gotta make sure you guys can see this. Maybe my screen. Oh, my screen's good. So this little Molex plug right here, if some of you guys are unaware, this is the remote switch. You can use an ATX, plug your Molex in there, and it'll sync an ATX power supply to this, so they both turn on at the same time. But this is not used for power. This one up here, if you try to power something through Molex here, you will blow this breakout board up. So do not use that for power. Just want to point that out there because there have been issues in the past of people actually doing that. Is that the one we just seen? Or are we on this one? I don't know what's going on here. I'm pretty sure that was the same picture again. That's all right though. It don't matter. Oh no, it's opening in the wrong place. Click. Boom. Next weekend I will buy with the splitter. Okay, just read $10, 128 gigabyte SSDs together because nobody wants 120 gigabyte SSDs anymore. That is very true. And actually the new RebTech motherboards, no, they are not out yet, guys. Sorry. Don't go jump into their website just yet. I will let you guys know as soon as I hear when they are available. But the new RebTech motherboard supposed to be end of this month up until December. So it's like a 3-month gap, 3-4 month gap. We don't know the exact date, but it's sometime soon. And they're supposed to have an Intel CPU, not AMD like their last one. So all the GPUs should work on it with integrated graphics. Also, it's going to have an SSD slot, or like an SD card. Instead of using like your M2 and stuff like it has on the other one, or your micro SSD or whatever it was on the other one, they're going to use a little SD card slot. So it's going to have a little slot for an SD card. You got a 60 gigabyte SD card, 120, whatever they are, but they're pretty cheap. You can just flash Hive or something onto that, slam that in there, saves a little bit even more space. So that's pretty sweet how it's going to look and turn out. So when I do find more information on it though, obviously I will let you guys know as soon as I know. I'll like post it out in the Discord or something before I even make a video or anything about it. Looks like the vacuum is going on upstairs, so I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Sorry if you can't. Another angle of this rig, looking good. All these 6-pin PCI Express cables. If you're using ATX power supplies, it is way cheaper and a lot better to use server power supplies because you don't have no issues running PCI Express cables. Now, a lot of people are still running SATA when it comes to Ethereum mining, which is kind of okay based on the card. If you lose overclock, you're going to have issues. You could burn your SATA cable. But when proof of stake does come into Ethereum and people swap over to Ravencoin, you got to make sure you swap them SATA out. You will definitely be melting some cables unless you're on like a 1660 Super. They're very low power, but any other card pretty much, you'll be melting your SATA cables in the pins. The weak point is in the pins, not necessarily the cable part. And you may be overloading your power supplies. So if you're running 80-90% load on your power supplies right now and you swap everything over, you will be overloading your power supply. Just little keys and tips I like to point out there when things get closer to swapping things around, because I do predict a lot of people are going to be wrecking stuff when the time comes. Oh, good stuff. Let's take a look at HiveOS dashboard right here. Dream Crypto Mining, hey, welcome. Yes, thank you very much. Finally, the old channel is back. We just need everyone to figure out that it's back again. What do we got here? HiveOS, the first one. We got 4 rejected shares and 604 accepted. 31.84. What's going on with this one here? Memory minus 1004. I don't have a 1660 Super, so I'm not sure how you plug it into HiveOS here, like how their memory works, because every card does seem to be different, whether it's Polaris cards, 5700s, the first Navi cards, and Nvidia cards. Everyone is different. 6000 series, 3000 series, all of them. So maybe you go negative here in the 1660 Supers. I'm not sure. Do you guys run 1660 Supers in HiveOS? Let me know. Is this what you do? You run negative memory clocks in there? I'm not sure. I could not comment on that one. Hynix memory, love that minus memory. Okay then, well I guess you do run it. That's fine. Obviously you must run it that way because that's the way he has them all, and the other GPUs seem to be hashing away just fine. But yeah, I have not. I really want to get some 1660 supers just to test out and try, but they're just like way too expensive right now. We got 27.8 mega hash happening here, and here's his box supply. We all love boxes. Two 1660 Zotac Gaming Supers. We got a XLRB. What is this one? Some type of 1660 Super. And we got an RX 580 Red Devil. Nice. Amazon had a good price last week, but I checked yesterday and the price was skyrocketed with Ethereum does. So it does look like we are out of rig pictures now, guys. So that means, unless you guys post some more right quick, we're going to have to go on to some other things. Just give me one quick second here. Oh, okay, I'm back. Throat was getting a little dry. I needed a little drink. You have 11 PNY 1660 supers. Nice. Good job. Oh, I thought you just ordered. I read that wrong. I thought you just ordered 11 of them. Like, where did you get that? Okay, you got 11 of them total right now. Good stuff. So what's our price at? We're still in the green, so that's good. What to mine? What is a 3060 Ti currently making us today? $4.72 on Ethereum. Nice. Rio is doing another pump because it's in second place. That's insane. That Rio, it keeps coming and going back and forth. Now, is it worth mining long term? I have no idea. The algorithm it uses is definitely a nice Kryptonite GPU. Great algorithm when it comes to GPU mining. The DAG size does not increase ever. It always stays the same. So, and I think you can use 3 GB plus on Kryptonite GPU. I can't remember. I tried it for like 24 hours, whenever it first went to like $30 for a day. It was like double Ethereum profits for a couple days there. So I tested it out that day and then it just crashed. So, but I did look into it a little bit. This algorithm is actually pretty sweet when it does come to GPU mining. Probably one of the best one out there. That one in autoclocus, I don't know how to pronounce that, but you know, ergo, very, very low power usage on that. So great algorithm as well. But yeah, 3060 Ti is $4.72. Our block, so I don't even want to look at our burnt stuff. What do we got going for burning? 2.8, not bad on that block. 2.6, but yeah, 3eth burnt, 3.5, 2.5. Insane. What are our gas prices currently at? Way too high. Look at that. A trading thing, 447. So that pretty much means, I seen a guy in Reddit, he's like, keeps getting gas, like to transfer 16 cents to swap something over with the trader fees was like $30 to move 16 cents. That is pretty insane and pretty much retarded also. Thanks a lot, Vitalik. You're amazing. Upgrading away. Anyway, our standard fee is 224 gas. That's insane. Oh my gosh, what is going on here? 676 total terahash on the Ethereum network, so our difficulty is definitely coming up. And here's ETC the other day. We kind of talked about a little bit yesterday of what was going on here with all this Ethereum Classic and the split and whatnot and what happened. So anyway, Geth vulnerability, everything got exploited. There's an urgent fix went out, and some of the chains didn't do it in time and they split. And Ethereum Classic, instead of mining Ethereum Classic, they're really mining like Ethereum or something, because on their pools, like Hive OS, you know, Hivon pool was saying like $7 per day per 100 mega hash on Ethereum and like $20 on Ethereum Classic. So things went pretty insane. There were like 4 or 5 pools that were mining the wrong chain for a little while. I don't know what all the setback on that's going to cause, but it does seem like everyone kind of fixed it. But yeah, if you're running a pool or something, you definitely got to stay on top of everything when stuff like this does happen, because yeah, it'll just give you a lot of bad press. But I see stuff like that and I just kind of laugh. I think it's kind of funny. I got off from scalpers here in Cali for about 415 each. So yeah, someone wanted to know about my actual Chia mining. So let's just take a look at our Chia mining profits right here. I just want to make sure you guys can see it. Adjust my screen and throughout the delay as well. So here's my Chia mining profits. I got one worker online and I got $17 sitting there for a payout, and I'm at 73 cents per day. So maybe the price went up or something a bit, or I just got lucky, or Flexpool got lucky and found a couple of their plots or something. Who knows what's happening? But Average space 14.2 terabytes, last seen 3 minutes ago. Yeah, 73 cents per day currently right now. Now if we look at our actual Ethereum mining, I really like Flexible because they added Chia, and you can just throw everything. You can just keep clicking between everything and you can just see everything you got going on. So Rabid PC obviously is offline due to the fact that we are live streaming right now. So I've been sitting here for a little while now. I got my payouts are set to 0.12 and I'm at 0.18 right now, and I'm still waiting for my payout because my gas is only set at 35. Now if I set it up, we just looked at it like 250, then I will get my payout, but I'm not paying stupid fees for a payout. So I have no problems being patient. Wait till maybe late tonight or something. Possibly we could get a cheap payout. I don't know. I might move my gas up to like maximum 40, but right now I'm going to keep it at 30, 35 and just let it ride. See what it looks like for a little while, what could happen. We have a whole bunch of NFTs and stuff dropping, so that's also causing issues with the gas, but I have no problem waiting for an actual payout. So I just don't want to pay stupid fees because it's just dumb. That's just me. Who knows? If you want to go, yeah, it says right here 35 fee. So that's what I got my fees set at. So there's my current profits and waiting and stuff like that. It has been in about, what is it, today's the 5th, so in about 4 more days it will be 1 month since I had that Antminer L3 Plus online. So I will be doing a profitability video on that to see how much an Antminer L3 Plus does actually make in 1 month. And it is merge mining. Actually, it's merge mining and profit switching. So I'm merge mining Litecoin with Dogecoin at the same time, and it's profit switching between Digibyte and whatever other script algorithms there are out there, and then it's paying everything out in Litecoin. So we're going to look at profitabilities on that and see exactly how much an Antminer is making us today. It is running on Hive OS, Hive on ASIC firmware, and it actually dropped the power consumption from 800 watts down to 660 watts running that Hive on ASIC firmware. So that's pretty sweet. I got a payout on FlexPool 80 GUI to do it, and I waited 3 days. Nice. What is actually, it tells you where. I'm gonna go into here when you go to your actual settings. So that's $2.89. So you did it at 80. How much of a fee would that be? $6. So that's $6.60 is what 80 gas would cost. I'm just gonna cancel that, and I'm gonna keep it at my $2 and whatever it is. I don't know. I guess I'm cheap like that. Do we have any questions or anything? What's going on in the chat? What are you guys up to? What are you guys mining? Are you guys thinking about mining something else? You CPU mining, GPU mining? What are you guys all doing? What's going on? Oh, as of, I gotta check my time here. At 2:55 my time, my final Raptorium on the 3900X test will be complete. Right now I'm currently mining Raptorium with CL16 RAM with only one 8GB stick installed, and I'm going to see what type of performance. So what I did for this test is I started off, I used DRAM calculator, so I maximized my overclocks and my RAM. I went with Ryzen clock tuner, so I maximized that, so like 4.2 to 4.1 depending on all your cores on what the clock tuner does determine, so I can get maximum amount of hash rate out of it. And I went through that test, and then I did it with CL16 RAM with one stick to see how that would do. Then I put in CL16 RAM with 2 sticks, and I did it again with 1 stick. Then I brought the overclocks down to my efficient settings. I did the same thing again, CL14 RAM, 1 stick, 2 stick, and 1 stick, 2 stick with the CL16 RAM. And I'm going to see how what exactly is the best way in settings and efficiencies to mine Raptorium, just kind of like how I did with Monero Ocean with XMR when you saw that RAM versus Ryzen video. So that's what I'm doing with Raptorium. It's going to be like a full work through, see what kind of power savings and stuff and what kind of overclocks to use. And this is with a 3900X. Now I don't have any other CPUs to do the same types of tests on, so it'll give you a nice number of how much you need to spend on a rig, how much you need that. And right now I'm just going to give you kind of a spoiler. Don't overclock your PC, and you don't have to spend the money on the expensive faster CL14 RAM. So that's just a little spoiler of what I'm going to come to show you, of what I've been kind of finding throughout this test. But the full breakdown will happen hopefully sometime this week. I will have that released for you guys. Rabid venturing into Helium. I've been trying to get Helium miners, but no dice yet. I have not. No one sent me one. I've been looking around. They're out of stock everywhere. People that ordered in May, they're not even sending them out till November. So there's massive back orders on them. So I don't know how everyone else found them. They either paid massive overpricing just to get them, kind of like how the Chia thing kicked in. Everyone was just jumping into it hard right off the start and they got them. But yeah, I don't know. Right now, no, I have not done any helium. I plan on testing it out at least. I would really like to try it, but I just don't know how to even find one right now because everywhere is sold out. And then where they do have them, they're just back ordered or 3 or 4 times the price. So yeah, no venture into helium yet, but possibly in the future it could be possible. Could you explain how helium mining works? Helium mining, I'm not really 100% sure how it works, but from what I gather out of it, it's pretty much like having a Wi-Fi hotspot and you just link them up. It's like it's proof of networking or whatever it is. So you just make sure they're X amount apart and you're pretty much building a helium network. And I don't know if people got to log onto it or what or link through it, but it just collects data from wherever or something. And I don't know if it's another CIA spying type of thing or what, but I'm just kidding. But who knows what's going on? All I know is like somehow it connects to your internet, does a proof of networking type of thing, and then it pays you in helium. But all the third-party stuff, it's like 80% of the Ethereum goes to the people who you bought the miner from. In my eyes, all those guys should be giving away those miners, really, because they're making 80% of the profit. The only ones where you got all the profit were the very first original helium miners, which were only for sale for like a month or something. Then everything went third party. The guy gave them all the rights. They built their own. They're taking all the helium miners' profits away from the people that are actually mining it. And plus, you got the halving that just happened. And really, helium, I think, is a mess. But could it be profitable? It very well could be. I just don't know because I haven't really had any chance to actually test one to see how it actually does work. So I cannot really say 100% how it plays out. They don't like overclocking at Raven Eth. They like it. What are we talking about here? I canceled my last Syncrobit pre-order. What'd you get Syncrobit? What were you trying to order from there? Fudweiser, what's going on? When did you show up? I didn't see you earlier. Welcome. Helium is not worth the money and it is a project full of holes. Yes, that's what I was trying to get at. That's the easier way to say everything. I agree with that. What is helium actually doing? I have no idea. No idea what helium is doing other than you put it in balloons and that makes you talk funny. Is it providing Wi-Fi service? See, that's what I think it kind of does, but I'm not really sure if it does that or not. Pandem 1966. Thanks, Miguel. I know this. So, whoa, that's a big number there. I'm low on power, but I pay very low power rates in my area. The cost of power is not an issue. I'd like to ask you, what card would you use or to buy? Panda Man, what are you speaking about? What coin are you looking for? I'm not sure. All right, you guys got a whole bunch of stuff going over there. What else? What should we look at? Anything you guys do want to check out? Take a peek at something here. Boom. Oh, this Raven thing. I'm still wondering about that. 3080 Ti. What's a 3080 making us right now? Today, 737. So I went up a little bit from yesterday. Again, we are in the green. Each miner paid themselves off in the first month. Nice. Well, that's good. Are you talking about the helium miners? They pay themselves off in the first month? That'd be a bonus, but I don't know if they do that anymore at this point. But back then, you know, it's a high possibility. Back when Chia first came out, all those people in China who had up all those hard drives and everything, they paid off all their hardware in the first month easily as well, probably. But now, you're not paying off your hardware for like 5 years. Pretty insane. People are setting up a spy network. Yeah, that very well could be what it is. Who knows? I did try my 3060 on Kryptonite. It made around 2 mega hash, but put that in what to mine and see what you get. So you did a 3060. All right, let's take a look at a 3060. Boom. And you were getting 2490. I don't think your crypto. Are you sure that was mega hash? I think you're getting kilohash. I believe Kryptonite GPU runs their algorithm. I think you're doing kilohash there. I'm gonna go with 2.4 kilohash. Does that make sense to you? Where is their Kryptonite GPU? Where are you? Why can't I find it? Kryptonite R. Where's Kryptonite GPU? What? Kryptonite GPU. Why am I blind, guys? Do you guys see it here? CN heavy, ETH, blah blah. Alright, I don't know why I cannot find Kryptonite GPU. Is one of these mixed in with it? Huh, who knows? Not sure where it is. Sorry guys. I can't find Kryptonite GPU. Actually, unless I can kind of punch it in here. I can click on this. Here we go. We'll set our hash rate here. So that's saying that it's saying you should get 3,700. So this is more than what you say you got. So we'll put in yours 24.97. 24.97, and it is saying you should be getting $3.73 after power on Kryptonite on Rio, I guess. So $3.73. I live in low 50K population, probably not worth it. Where I live, there's like what, maybe 800 people in this town. Very small. CB GPU, where are you? Oh, that's CN GPU. CB. We figured out. We just clicked on it, but I don't even see CB GPU. I see CN GPU with a 0 and a 0. Oh well, that's all right. Figure it out some other time. If Helium was or another project would provide Wi-Fi service, that would be a cool project. Yeah, for sure, it definitely would be. We need better internet providers out there. Speaking of which, I don't know. This is a Canadian thing, especially Western Canadian thing. Our cell phone prices and plans are like extremely expensive, and we're through like Bell and who we got here? We got like Bell, Rogers, TELUS, but they all use like the same networking. They're all friends with each other type of thing. So Eastern company wanted to come into the Western here, but they're taking them to court now, like Bell, and then we're taking them to court saying, no, this is our territory. You can't come in because they don't want competition to help fight prices down. So it's pretty insane how big companies can get away with this stuff. It just doesn't make any sense. You could buy the coins as a way to pay for the Wi-Fi. Very, very true. You could definitely do that as well. I don't know what else we have here for profitabilities. ETH is still green, 53. What's this Canadian price? I gotta look at the Canadian because I'm looking at the USD. All messes me up all the time. I up and load. Boom. So we're at 63,000 BTC and almost 5K ETH on the Canadian price. So that's not too bad. We're shooting up there, looking pretty good. So that's for all you Canadian friends out there that are the same as me. Although most of you are from the States or even the UK. Anyone else pass the GPU through mining rig rentals? While mining, I make more money daily when I get a bunch of 6-hour rentals. No, I have not ever attempted mining rig rentals. So how often do you get those rentals to actually make more? And when you made more, is it a bunch of bulls that know what's going on with the network? Maybe they rent your hash power, they get a whole bunch, and then they manipulate the market somehow so that price moves in their direction. Use Starlink. No, I'm not touching that. Satellite internet, it would be horrible, especially for streaming. I would not be able to stream off it. Satellite internet has fast download speeds, yes, but there's a delay for the upload. So it's like 15 to 20 second delays when it comes to uploading. You don't notice it when you're normally just, uploading normal stuff and whatnot. But when you come to playing games or streaming or something, that lag will destroy you. So satellite internet is highly not recommended for streaming or playing games. You will have too high of a latency. So by my internet now, I did upgrade not too long ago. It's not too bad. I think I got 50 down and 10 meg up. So it's all right. It's previously I was at like 50 down and only 1 meg up, and that's when I first started streaming. So I had to turn a lot of my qualities down quite a bit, but now we've got 10 up, so we're not too bad most of the time. Again, I would really love to have like 200 down and 100 up. That would be pretty sweet. Or 200 down and 200 up. That'd be amazing. Then I could just crank up everything and go to town. Not worry about nothing. Do we have any chats? What's going on? What do we got here? 29 viewers, 22 likes. Come on, guys. Smash that like button. Let's do it. Now, don't hit it twice. If you're going to hit it more than once, hit it at least once or 3 times. I don't actually know. I don't have it. Yeah, I don't have it either, and I don't plan on it, but it is good. Some people can't get, internet where they're at. So for people like them, that is what it's mostly geared towards. What should we check out, guys? What do you guys want to look at? I think we pretty much went through everything. Unless, wait, do we have any more rig picks? Rig pictures. Where are you? There we go. Nope, we don't have any more rig picks. We're all out. What's going on? Oh. We got some people over right now. So this is that. So what are you guys doing? If you want to make money. Yeah, I heard about that, but I'm not 100% sure how it's going. Yeah, we went through all the rig pictures. I don't know about that fan thing. That's made for other type of stuff. But yeah, I have heard people definitely using that, but I don't know if it's really a good direction to go. I've never really looked into the site though, but hey, who knows? I guess the possibility is everywhere. Oh, jeez. Miner rentals is a good way to make SBTC and LTC with slow hardware. Oh, really? Is it? Okay, interesting. Well, LTC you need an ASIC for, so you technically wouldn't really have slow hardware because you're running an Antminer L3 Plus, or come November possibly an L7, which I really want to get my hands on so bad, but I can't. Oh, so you are renting out your equipment, not renting yours out? Renting other equipment? Yeah, I'm not. Is that what you're doing? Hey, thrift store. Are you renting out your rigs, or are you renting rigs to mine? So I always looked into that. I was like, hey, you know what? I wonder if I should like try renting a rig. But then when I look at the price of how long you get it for and how much mega hash for the price you're actually, you know, what you're getting, what you should be mining out of it, usually you lose money. But again, who knows how it's going to play out. It could be a good thing when everything's like in a super bear market. You can just smash a bunch of hash rate right quick onto something and then get all that in a nice bull market, sell it out, and then, you know, there could be an advantage to it. But right now it looks like you're possibly losing money when it comes to renting for yourself. Again, if you're doing it and you're coming on top, then that's a bonus. Let me know if that's what you mean. Or like Pocket Change says, you're renting out. So yeah, you're renting out your own GPU. Gotcha. I have thought about it, but at the same time, I don't know if it's really worth doing it. But you did say you made more at times, so you know it's always a possibility. That's another part of, I guess, mining strategy. You buying the hardware so other people can rent it from you, and keep in mind you're also paying the power price, and they're not. I would love an L7. I know, I want one so bad. Oh, I don't know how to get one. I can't afford those things. They're so expensive. But I think they're totally worth it though in my mind, but maybe they're not. I don't know. Time will tell. Time will tell. But yeah, things are definitely going to change. I think after proof of stake does come on ETH, I think there's going to be a big swing from GPUs moving towards CPUs and possibly ultimately ASICs as well. So I think sales on ASICs and CPUs are going to pick up, and prices, obviously it's going to match them that way as well. YouTube, but let's see the price. An L7, the price, they're sold out everywhere now, I believe. Let's take a look here. Antminer L7. ASIC miner value. Yeah, these things are still stated to be... the profits went down quite a bit now, actually. They used to be at $200 and some a day, now they're down to 151. So that network hash rate must be, you know, picking up. More Antminers or something are hitting there. But let's take a look at these prices. Like, oh, they're out of stock everywhere now. They are no longer in stock. So they're anywhere from 12,000 to 23,000 USD. Now, if you're in Canada here, let's take a look at the Canadian prices. They are 16 up to 28,000. So they're not cheap. But again, the ROIs are still less than a year. Based on these prices. So, you know, you get 2 or 3 of these, you're going to need a lot of power to run these. They're like 3,500 watts, 3440 or something each. So you're obviously going to need, if you get more than one, you're going to need a couple 30 amp 240 volt breakers for sure. But long term, if you had like 5 or 6 of these things, you'll pay them all off within a year. Then you're making like a couple $100,000 a year with a couple of these things. So that's pretty insane. Again, if crypto market, we hit a winter, boom, that's a lot of money in the toilet. But at the same time, the difficulty will go down. And if you keep mining because you have either cheap power, solar power, or whatever, you're definitely stocking up for a future bull run. And that's, again, another part of people's crypto mining strategies, when to do it and what to do at the right times. But I definitely want to get my hands on one of those. But now you can see they are out of stock everywhere. So that sucks. We might see them on eBay for probably $80,000 a piece. I would be rich with that amount of money. Yeah, for sure. I'm doing 1.6 gigahash on NiceHash, MB Miner Dagger, making 132 USD a day after power. So I'm happy. That's pretty good. 132 USD a day. Nice, Dave Collins. 1.6 gigahash. That's pretty sweet. I'm sitting at, when I'm not streaming, I'm at a maximum of about 553 mega hash, so just over half a gigahash. I really wish I could try to hit 1 gigahash by the time ETH goes POS, but who knows if we'll make it. If I swapped everything over to Ergo, I could technically have 1 gigahash, but that's kind of cheating. But yeah, I definitely like to hit the 1 gigahash club one day, but there's no GPUs or anything anywhere in Canada at all. It's so hard to find them, and if you do it, then it's LHR, so then you're building for Ravencoin or something. Do you use a battery backup system to keep your Chia system running if the power goes out? If so, which one do you use or recommend? No, I do not have any type of backup system. If the power goes out, everything's out. That's just all there is, said and done. How about people saying after EIP 1559 they only lost 20-30%? By what I see, it's much bigger, up to 50% at times. Well, that's a tricky, Mr. Green. That's a tricky theory what you got going on there. Technically, profit-wise, we didn't really lose anything come 1559. Prior to the weeks before 1559, we were talking about this for a long time. Like, look at our rewards. We were in the 2.2 to 2.4 range, and we're still mining 2.9, 2.4, 2.4. These are still what our average blocks are, and Bitsby Trippin did an average on it based on some of those times we were, like last week, the week before, we were getting 20 ETH blocks at times. For the last, so ever since 1559 hit, we were averaging about 4 to 6 Ethereum per block, you know, per day and everything based on those. So technically we're making at least the same amount or more than pre 1559. Now what we don't get and what we don't notice is a lot of people are just looking at these burnt fees. Oh, look at all that ETH we didn't get. Look at that ETH we didn't get. Look at that ETH we didn't get. Yeah, we're not getting that ETH, but at the same time, we weren't having those fees previously as well. We are missing out on these now because they are getting burnt, but going pre-1559, we didn't really lose any profitability when it came to mining. We were still getting the same amount of blocks. It's just that when the network stales out now, we're only seeing 2 ETH per block. Like this one right here, we're seeing like uncles all the time. This is what it will be if there's hardly any transactions, low fees and whatnot. We're only looking at like uncle blocks all the time, so 2. But everything has been, like I said, 2.7, 2.3, 2.4, which is for a month or two before 1559. That's all we were getting anyway since the fork before that, where they increased the gas limit in the block. So technically, we did not lose any mining profits at all right now. Now, what is going to hurt is that difficulty. The difficulty is still trickling upwards. And as that difficulty goes up, we're going to start getting hit with lower and lower and lower amounts of ETH that we're actually mining. We talked about a little bit yesterday and the weeks prior to that. Last August, a 360 mega hash rig with 580s was mining 1.2 Ethereum per month, 0.22 per week. Now 1 gigahash is barely getting you just over half an Ethereum a month. That difficulty is what's causing this major decrease in profits. And people got to realize that and look forward into Ravencoin and how this is going to affect the other networks here. Like, let's take another deep dive into this. Let's look at Ravencoin right now. RX 3080, 130.80 in Ravencoin. Boom. $4.98 right now. All right, cool. Ravencoin is set to have in January, right? So this is current prices right now. We are now only getting 2,500 as a block reward. We're down to $2.19 on 130.80 right now. All right, sounds good. Now, what if we added a 5 times difficulty hash rate increase? Now remember, I did some calculations prior weeks to this, and the difficulty of Ravencoin could be up to 16 times of what I'm about to show you. Now I'm only going to show you 5 times right now of the difficulty increase, and we're going to see what that's going to look like. I just messed this up, so I'm going to have to refresh this because I don't know what the number was. All right, so we're at 2,500. So let's take 106 here. I was on my calculator on my phone. Give me a second. 106, 231. So I'm going to times that by 5. So here we're going to look at 531,000, 155. So one RX 3080 is currently at $2.18 after the halving in January. With the difficulty rate of 5 times, you're losing 4 cents on power. You're no longer in the green. You're losing 4 cents with a 5 times difficulty increase. And it's set to possibly go up 15 times. So we are definitely things are going to be changing. That's why right now at a CPU, my 6 CPU rig is making $10 a day, $12 a day, and now a GPU is losing 4 cents. CPU mining could very well take over GPUs without an issue at all. Again, highly speculation, don't know what's happening. A lot of people are still 100% pro GPUs. I'm really on the fence, and I'm buying CPUs while they're cheap right now, because next year people start figuring this out. Again, the difficulty will go up on CPU coins if this does play out, but CPUs will also be scalped. You want to, right now I'm getting what, a 3900X for $450 to $500. Who knows, end of next year that could be worth $2,000, that same CPU. So it's pretty insane. So I don't know, I just wanted to point that out there. I know that wasn't really part of 1559, but it's kind of what's going on here. Do you think they just talked up EIP 1559 to scare people away from ETH? Well, it's a very good possibility. There's a lot of misinformation going on everywhere about everything. Like, you look at PC Gamer, you look at who is that, Crypto Block or whatever it's called, I can't remember, all these other blogs out there, and a lot of them are full of misinformation. They just line things up, and all it takes is 1 or 2 people to, you know, kind of take the information the wrong way, post it on Reddit. Next thing you know, millions of people know about it because they read it on Reddit. So a lot of those blogs you just gotta look at and just shake your head and not really pay attention to it. But again, always do your best reviews, get your info from all sorts of angles, and just make your best decisions based on that. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I have no idea if this is going to happen. Again, it's highly speculation. I'm just basing it on these numbers, and the numbers look like it's definitely going to change sometime next year. Who knows? Proof of stake might not happen for another 2 years. We don't know. But it's very insane what's going to happen here. What's the best CPU to get? Does it work like GPUs where they're all different and have different efficiencies? Yes. I have a couple videos. One is RAM versus Ryzen. Check that one out, because that actually, a lot of people, if you look at it for gaming standpoints, they say, I'm going to start from the start here. There's a lot of information to throw out there for a CPU, so I don't really know where to start. Myself, I find 3900Xs to be really decently priced right now because they are a gen or two ago. They're older, and they mine about the same as the newer 5000 series. So a lot of the gamers that went out there, they want the new stuff, so they're selling off older hardware. Therefore, you're picking up 3000 series CPUs. I prefer the 3900X to the 3950X. Those two, anything lower, because you do want the more cores and more threads based on the catch of the CPU itself. Now, overclocking your CPU definitely becomes a lot less efficient than undervolting. Again, you go into Google, you look up what's the hash rate of this. Now, all the information you find out there, people are overclocking their CPUs, getting the most expensive, fastest, tightest tightening RAM they can find, and they're pulling over 15,000 hashes on a 3900X. Yes, that's great. But in that video I did, and based on my own tests, losing about 2,000 hashes and running efficient with either RAM doesn't really affect it, and you gain a higher, way more hash to watt ratio. So I went from 260 watts, I think, at 15,000 hashes on XMR, and I dropped that down to 109 watts doing 13,600 hashes. You gained massive efficiency undervolting your CPU, undervolting and underclocking it instead of overclocking it. And again, another big argument a lot of people say is CL14 tighter RAM versus CL16, which is what I'm testing on Raptorium right now to see, does it actually matter? Price to price, CL16 is way cheaper than CL14. So does it matter? Based on XMR? No, it doesn't matter. You lose a little bit of hash rate, but not $100 worth of hash rate for sure. So I do a lot of videos out there on the CPU mining aspect. Be sure to check them out. I go through all that with XMR, and I'm doing that test right now on Raptorium. I hope that kind of answered that question, but there is a lot of information that I can't just blurt out right now about CPU mining because it might take a while. Am I mining Raptorium? Yes. We can take a look at that right now. Raptorium. See it. Let me know if you guys can see this. Where is my wallet now? Right here. This is my wallet for Raptorium. Again, my gaming PC is offline because I'm streaming or doing videos, but I should have 4 rigs. So I have 4 rigs currently on Raptorium right here. I have 162,000 Raptorium currently. I'm getting a payout of about 6,000 Raptorium every day. You can see my payouts right here. 6,225, 6,100, 61, 62.69, all sorts of stuff. So it is quite interesting how this is playing out, but I'm getting about 6,000. So let's see what my profits are right now. And oh, Rondi, thank you for the $20 donation. Much appreciated. Mr. Rabid, I'm glad to see the YouTube channel back up. Much love and respect. Thank you very much, Rondi. Thanks for sticking with me through all this. Okay, let's see here. Raptorium. Not sure what the price is at today, so we'll have a quick peek here. Raptorium price, so about 6,200 a day. We are down a little bit on the price, but that's okay. So that's $8.64 right now with those 4 rigs going. That's not too bad. So you think about it, that's 4 3070s. So let's just jump into what to mine one more time here. Let's look at 4 3070s. I use 3070 because that's the closest to price comparison. And actually, it's cheaper to build a 3900X rig than it is to buy a 3070. And it's actually less power. Currently on Raptorium right now, I'm only using, what am I using? I'm using like 97 watts mining Raptorium with the CPU right now efficiently. And one 3070 on ETH is using 130 watts. On Ergo, it's using 130 watts. So I'm only using 95 watts. I'm already using less power than I am with that GPU. So anyway, we're going to go to 4 3070s. Let's calculate that. Obviously, ETH is going to be way above it, $18. So let's move down to like Rio. Rio is actually doing pretty darn good right there. Let's say Ravencoin, $13.82. Now remember, this is all for the long game after proof of stake. So now we're at $13. We could do that whole thing again, but we saw what a 3080 went from. 3080 on boom, 3080 went to 736. Where are we at? So we went from 496 down to losing 4 cents on a 3080. So it's gonna be a big bang. We're thinking long term here after proof of stake coming in. And now CPUs, like I just showed you here, I am pulling out $8.64. A lot of people will argue, well, price of Ravencoin, all the crypto will shoot up. Yes, it will shoot up. So if crypto's on a bull run, why won't Raptorium go on a bull run as well? Same argument applies. Raptorium will go up also, right? So it's one way to look at things. So we're still profitable when it comes to CPU mining. Right there. Fundwiser, thank you for the $5 donation. Wow, Super Chat is working. Here's $5 towards your new L7. Yes, I'm on a roll. I'm starting up. We're building our L7 fund. Thanks a lot, Fundwiser. Ronnie, where do you live? Raven versus RTM, what do you think has the most potential? Ravencoin's been out for quite a long time now. It's well established and whatnot. Raptorium, it's fairly new. They're going to be adding like smart contracts and whatever else to it soon. And if that happens and other exchanges adapt it, it could take off. If it takes off, that'd be amazing. Imagine if Raptorium hit $1 or $2. On top of Raptorium, you can also add it to a node and you get like a percentage. It's like staking. So they have a little thing. I'm going to do a video on that as well. So there's a lot of ways to earn on top of mining with Raptorium, which I'll go through sometime in the future here, but it's pretty insane how all these things are kind of coming together. Hobbyist Miner, good afternoon. Hey, what's going on? Happy to see you live. Yes, it's been a little while. Thanks for showing up. What is a smart contract? Smart contract is, well, pretty much what's going on. I don't really know the full details on it, honestly, but from what I kind of gather it's pretty much making a contract. Like you have the DeFi apps, the loans, you can sign a smart contract for a loan and stuff through crypto and whatnot. So pretty much it's like a contract, but a smart one. And you just sign a few things and it goes back and forth. There's other ways to utilize it as well. I do not know the full backstory on the smart contracts, but that's just a quick one out there. So pretty much it's adding adaptability and things with it, like chia plotting to pools. That's a smart contract. You sign a smart contract so that your chia plots are assigned to that pool. NFTs are like a smart contract. They're assigned to the wallets through these contracts and your payments and stuff going through. So again, I do not know full details on smart contracts, so I'm sorry for kind of all over the place on it, but it's almost kind of like what it sounds with some a lot more greater tech detail to it. Everything has potential. Best to get the best bag of each cryptocurrency, just in case. Very true, and that's why it boils down to crypto mining strategies. Like we said, Ravencoin is set to have in January. Ergo is set to fast track. It'll be totally minted out within 8 years of when it first came out. And by the time all these things happen, the prices are supposed to, in prediction, go up because it's a lot harder to get. So right now is the prime time to start mining Ravencoin, the prime time to mine Ergo, because you're getting the most amount of rewards right now. So you get an LHR card, I highly recommend forget MB Miner, 70% hash rate unlocked. Throw that on Raven or something before it halves. So you're maximizing the amount you can mine today. That way, tomorrow, you're making a lot more money on it. But again, it's a crypto mining strategy. Everybody looks at crypto a different way, and they mine things a different way. So it's all up to you guys. Do what you guys do based on the information you have at hand. And I forgot where I was. I was in the middle of something when it came to Raptorium, but now I totally forgot. We got sidetracked with other stuff. Rabid Mining for RTM. They are working on an app that will make it possible to reinvest the rewards that you get from the node. That would be really awesome. Pretty sweet. I'm not sure how that works. All I know right now, I have a few people in Discord, Dream Crypto Mining. I believe you're one of them. They are throwing their Raptorium onto the nodes, and then just within, I think it's weekly or monthly, I can't really remember, but then you get a payment back, just like how you pretty much stake coins, but you gotta physically transfer it to the node yourself, and then you talk to the guy in Discord, and then you get a percentage back all the time. You do have to pay 6%, but of only the reward fees back, not of your base fee, but of your rewards you would get back. 6% does go to the node provider just for all the fees and whatnot to keep the node alive. But it is just another way. It's pretty much like staking it when you put into a node. These gas prices are ridiculous. Yes, they're very ridiculous. Let's take a look. Refresh. Well, it's going down a bit. We're at 122 now. 232. We were at almost 500 on the trader aspect. So, but yeah, the fees are insane. Weekly, right? Oh, so it is weekly right now. All right. Did you get your weekly back yet? I'm not sure if you messaged me in Discord or not. And if any of you guys if you're not in my Discord, please join. Link is in the description. Be sure to post your rig pictures so we can look at them every Sunday. You'll be mining RTM. Yeah, RTM definitely feels like it. I plan on doing when I get all my rigs together, because I will have 6 dedicated CPU 3900Xs, I plan on putting 3 on RTM and 3 on Monero Ocean, then doing like a 1-week challenge, kind of like how we did our Veruscoin thing back there, our 3-way challenges and whatnot. I'm going to go head to head RTM versus Monero Ocean. We're going to see what is the most profitable, because when we went against Veruscoin and whatnot before, Monero Ocean did work, but that is because it's profit switching between 12 different coins, or yeah, something like that, and paying your own XMR. Now we're going to mine RTM directly and see how that plays out. Also, I'm going to do another test, because I'm getting once I get all my rigs online, I'm estimating around 12 to 14,000 RTM per day. A block is what, 3,000 RTM? Maybe I should swap everything over and solo mine Raptorium and see if I end up catching more blocks than I would be mining to a pool. That's a possibility. Once I do get everything worked out and all my rigs totally online, a whole bunch of possibilities could happen in the future. I just don't know which direction to take yet, but I do plan on doing all these tests. I didn't hear what you said. YouTube did crash for me. Oh, that's all right. Dream Crypto, I was just wondering, did you message me what you actually got? Have you got a payment back from the node yet, or did I just miss it somewhere? I'm wondering if you got your rewards back or not yet from when you actually tested that out. I want to do XMR, but I don't know. XMR, it's a decent coin. It's definitely been around for a long time. It's a privacy coin, but you are going to have to swap it to something else. Most exchanges don't have it. A lot of the wallets can do a quick swap in, like Exodus. That's how I usually used it to pick up some more CPU parts, is I'd swap it over to ETH or something in Exodus and then transfer the ETH somewhere else and then cash that out. But XMR, it uses a lot more power than, say, Haven and Raptorium. It's a lot more heavy, and you may need an NHD15 or at least something better than the stock cooler to fully mine it depending on your power price. If you run efficient, the stock cooler will be fine, but if you have cheap power, then why not crank up your CPU and get the most out of it, because then you don't really have to worry about efficiency. I need to get more cases to put all my stuff together and spread all over it. You don't really need cases. What are you talking about, Thomas? First, you don't really need cases, just a few racks, maybe some 3D printed standoffs and whatever else. 3D printers are so handy when it comes to crypto mining. So many different things you can find on like Thingsverse or something to print out for yourself. On top of that, Misfit Mining's obviously pocket change there. They sell those GPU hangers, so be sure to check them out if you want to hang them from a rack. Let them know. Purchase some of them as well. I wonder who runs the website What to Mine. They seem to try to control mining. Who sponsors them? I think they're sponsored by Ethereum. Vitalik probably runs this website, actually. I don't know. I don't know who runs it, but they probably make a lot of money, actually, from all the ads and stuff they got posted on there. I don't know. Very interesting site. Very, very much used and needed. That and MinerStat, two very much needed crypto mining websites for sure. So do we have any last minute questions or anything out there, guys, before we do wrap this up? My throat is getting pretty on the dry side here. So we'll just take some last minute questions and then we'll wrap this up if we don't have anything else to talk about. You'll send me a PM. Sounds good. And you guys are tuning in later on. Discord link, description below. Check that out. Click on it. Join Discord. Post your rig pictures inside our Discord so we can go through them every Sunday. As well as hit that subscribe button. Our old channel is back. We're trying to get our search and discovery back. So any help is much appreciated. So thanks a lot to all you guys. It doesn't look like we have too many questions left. So I just like to finish up by thanking all you guys for showing up. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Rabid out.